What up, YouTube? What up, YouTube? It's your boy, the author. Right back at that ass again. Here's another one. Just want to make this video for y'all, man, real quick. I've been meaning to make this video for quite some time, man, and excuse me, it's based on a situation, man, where just more nonsense, man. My cousin had this party. He just recently moved down from New York. And, he had this party, man. And nice party, man. Halloween party, decorations and all that. Really, really nice, man. And we having a good time. People are dancing and, spitting rhymes and stuff like that. And then, excuse me, out of nowhere, this female says her phone has been stolen and just, stops the whole party, steps in the middle of the party, and announces that her everything has to stop because her phone was stolen. Yeah, and it was $1,000 phone, and it was stolen. So I was like, well, I think everyone in this party has their own phone. Because it was special because my aunt actually came down to check me out, and I hadn't seen her in about 8 or 9 years, so that was great. But I don't go home that often. But anyway, everything had to stop. Her phone was stolen, one thing led to another, and then you had alcohol, so you had this one female talk about, well, I don't have your phone, and then one female tried to fight the other female, and before you know it, all hell broke loose. There was a fight at the party. They're falling on the floor, and I'm breaking it up, man. I'm like, man, take that shit outside, because the thing is, man, my cousin, I know he's the one who he's the primary. He rents the house, and I'm like, you trying to mess this man? He don't own the house. He rent that house. Now, even if I do own my house, I don't want nobody tearing it up. But he rents that, man. So he's gonna have to be responsible for what happens in there. That's never gonna be his. So he rents that, and they try to tear up. And not just that, but he's paying per month to stay in there. He came all the way from New York. I'm like, man, you trying to wreck this man's house over a phone? You're going to be rolling around on the floor, banging against the walls and all that. And they spend all this money to put up these decorations, and she insults. My cousin is the MC. She insults him. So I'm like, well, you're going to go through all of this over a phone? You're going to tear up a man's house over a phone? And this is what I have to say, man. First and foremost, like I told that female, I said, hey, look. She's like, fuck that. That phone costs $1,000. I can't. Oh, and she put it behind because the curtain was there where we were just going to get drinks. So and people paid to get into that party. And I didn't find that out until I met one of the people who were there when I was at a store. He was like, yeah, man, wasn't you that dude at the party? Pretty much, you're gonna tear this man's place up over a phone, and she says it was $1,000. I said, sweetheart, first and foremost, keep your phone. And she was a young chick. Keep your phone on you at all times. If you're afraid of the energy that it's gonna die, then turn it off until you're ready to recharge it again. Because first and foremost, I'm not going to buy a $1,000 phone. I refuse to do that. And especially if you're, these kids, a lot of these kids are living at home. They don't even have a place that they're renting. They aren't paying any rent, any car note, but they have a $1,000 phone. That's ridiculous, man. I'm not paying over $150 for a phone. You can call me what you want. You know, if I have a phone that's $299, I mean, you could faint because I don't believe in all that, man. And it's so easy to lose cell phones and they're not attached to anything. No, I'm not saying I'm gonna get a flip phone, but I'm not gonna break my. I'm not gonna pay no $1,000 for a phone. Come on, man. You can get the average phone for $100. Now. Granted, the iPhone might do some additional. It's definitely gonna have more, additional features than regular phones. But for someone who's just using the phone to dial out and text, those are the most important features on the phone. To be able to dial out and text, and mostly all these phones can do that. You know what I'm saying? Dial out and text. Most phones can do that, with the exception of flip phones, and that's a pain in the ass to have to push a button 2 or 3 times to text the right letter. And I understand why someone wouldn't want to deal with that. But as far as like a phone that's at least $200, man, you can do everything. You can do all your primary functions on that phone. You don't need a $1,000 phone. And I can tell this is a young chick, man. She couldn't have been. I'd be surprised if she was over 21. I bet you she's living at home. I bet you she's not a homeowner. Okay, and she's her responsibilities are null and void, but the parents let them get away with this. I guarantee she lives at home. But you're gonna tear my cousin's home up over a phone. You're gonna cause all this damage over a phone. And I'm like I'm saying, nobody should be stealing your phone. But just like you ever watched what's that movie? Full Metal Jacket. When he said Sergeant Piles, who left there? Who Sergeant? He got the sergeant got mad at Private Piles because Private Piles left his foot locker unlocked, and he was like, and he said a line in the movie. He said it wouldn't be thievery in the world if it weren't dickheads like you. But I see what he's saying. If you lock your stuff up, no one can steal it unless he's gonna go out there and he just happens to have the big ass jaws of life, pliers. But you lock your stuff up. You don't leave your cell phone laying around and it's $1,000. First of all, if it's $1,000, that motherfucker should stay charged for at least a week without me having to plug it in. They better do something special rather than just play music. Fuck that. It should be able to grant 3 wishes. But yeah, man. $1,000 for a phone, you laid it down to charge it, and I think the dude who took it, he scored it early, of course. So you accusing people who didn't even have anything to do with it. And the guy that was sitting next to me, man, he said, "I just came here to have a good time." I said, "Me too." And it's just like it needs to be said, man. Who was there. Who was getting into a fight. Black females, you know what I'm saying? It's the same thing all the time, man, with the weaves, and you're not accountable for anything. And she was right. And I'm trying to tell this chick, why would you leave the phone laying down? If it's $1,000, I'm not letting it out of my sight, man. It's probably gonna be taped to my balls. It's $1,000. You know how easy it is to leave it to lose a cell phone. That's one bad thing. Yeah, the advancement of technology has made it so you have a phone, you have a cell phone. You can get in contact with anyone. You can get in contact with someone any time of the day. You don't have to wait until you get home. That's a good thing. But the bad thing is, look how easy it is to lose it. Look how easy it is to damage it. And it's only effective usually if it's on your person 24/7. It's easy to lose. She lost hers. You drop it in the water, you're fucked. So I'm like, well, you don't lay nothing down. That I would tell my daughter or anybody if I had a kid, you don't lay your phone down. It's worth that much. I don't care if it's charged or not. I wouldn't even have the smart thing would have been for her to leave it upstairs if nobody went upstairs. Everybody stayed downstairs. But I wouldn't even have done that, man. Like I said, first, like I told the guy, the Uber driver, like I don't even own it. I would never buy $1,000 phone. You know, just keeping it real like that. But yeah, caused a riot in the party over a phone. You know, in the house that my man had through the party, and it's much more. Even though that's an overpriced phone, um, you know, the home that they started to fight in is more expensive than that phone. And it's like our people, man, and no, that's the same piece of merchandise that a lot of the mothers who I met with that had the kids in my when I was teaching in 2012. All right, the kids in a classroom who were doing the worst, the ones who didn't have a pen, pencil, and I just made a previous video about why black kids can't compete internationally, or why American kids can't compete internationally, or I think I entitled it, you know, why are blacks ready to are blacks ready to homeschool their kids? No, they're not. But yeah, the same thing in that situation. The kids who were in my class had devices like those, like what she lost, and didn't have a pencil, didn't have a pen. The dumbest in the class, the dumbest in the school. No one cares as long as you have a nice phone, nice shoes, nice purse, nice weave. You know, so it's just like, man, I mean, but again, it wasn't the fellas who started the fight. I mean, it's the same thing every time, man. You know, and it's just like, you know, you're gonna ruin this man. You're gonna ruin this man's place over a phone. You know, that's why I felt the power to get in it, because I'm like, come on, man. I didn't even want to be bothered with that. I came on because I'm not the type who even goes over his place a lot. You know, I went over there over the strength of, he just came down here, and you know, I like his company, but excuse me, I wanted to see my aunt as well, but to see all that nonsense, man, with everybody knocking each other over, and come on, man, and all this fighting and all this stuff, you know, over a cell phone. You know, I mean, you know, man, and that could have been prevented. You know, but we need to just think, man, take a time out, and you know, the females definitely need to check themselves, because we're not batting 1,000 right now, man. And you know, all this nonsense. Come on, man. You buy it, and then it's gone. You know, and that didn't do anyone any good. You know, she's not going to be able to retire off of that lost cell phone. Could have had that $1,000 toward a 401k. Could have used it for something more. You know, something where she would have gotten more joy out of. Put it towards a home. You know, you just blew that away. A cell phone. Hope she stole it too from somebody else. Well, I just want to check. What do you think, man? Do you think that blacks are too, what should I say? We're too focused on things that don't matter? We're more into materialism than the group that we claim to hate, or the group or the group that, you know, why should we be so much into all these material objects, and we still have to get our basics down? You know, but I don't know, man. But just let me know. Be sure to like and subscribe. You know, if you like the video, make sure to press that like button, because I have a lot of people visiting, but they forget to like. Subscribe, make a comment, let me know what you think. And this is your boy, the author, out. Happy holidays, man. Take care of yourself out there, all right?